Hello, it's Mike McLean, and welcome to my YouTube channel, where every week I give out the best tips in the business on how to make money and save money renting out Section 8 properties. Hello everyone, it's Mike McLean from the Section 8 Bible, the greatest book ever written for Section 8 landlords. Alright, I don't know if any of you have been over to my website yet, but if you haven't, I want you to get over there. It's www.section8bible.com. You can check out all my books, all the free tips that are on the website. You can check out my lease, and you can find out how to get in contact directly with me. All right, last week I told you I was going to talk about the difference between being a landlord and a slumlord, okay? Now, if I had a nickel for every time I was called a slumlord, I wouldn't be trying to sell you these great books right now. I'd be somewhere retired on an island, all right? Even my own mother sometimes calls me a slumlord, which really doesn't matter to me. Just as long as I'm making money, that's all that really counts. So the craziest time I was ever called a slumlord, I was in court. I was evicting a girl who wasn't paying her portion of the rent. She tells the judge, "Your Honor, he owns a bunch of these Section 8 properties. He's a slumlord." And my answer to that was, well, if I'm a slumlord and you're fighting to stay in one of my properties, well, what does that make you? All right? Now, half the courtroom laughed. The other half of the courtroom wanted to kill me. If you've ever been in landlord-tenant court, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, all right? Now, here's the difference between being a landlord and a slumlord. Where you buy your properties does not make you a slumlord. It's how you take care of your properties that makes you a slumlord. Now, I have a ton of friends and people that I know that buy these properties in Southwest Philadelphia or Camden, New Jersey, whatever. They buy lower-end pieces, and they don't rent them out to Section 8. They rent them to retail, cash-paying tenants, and they don't do anything. If a tenant calls and says the roof's leaking, they don't go over there. All they want is their money, their money, their money, and they don't care if the property falls apart. Yes, I would agree that that would be a slumlord. But Section 8 really doesn't let you get away with being a slumlord. Once a year, they'll come out and they'll do an inspection, and they'll make sure everything is up and up on the property. But one thing I always do, now trust me, I don't want to get called by my tenant at any time. I don't want to reach in my pocket and put money out. But if a tenant calls me and says, "Mike, the roof is leaking," I'll send my roofer over to take care of the roof before the roof caves in. If the tenant tells me your heater's not working, I'm going to go over there and fix the heater. Or if it's the water heater, major things like that, I'm going to go over there and fix them because I want to continually get paid from Section 8. Plus, I don't want to run my property into the ground. I want to take care of it and steadily get paid every month and make money off it. But there are people that don't do shit. They don't do nothing in their property from the time they buy it and put a tenant in there. They just want the money. They don't care if the property gets run down. And that system doesn't really work because, say, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, after the tenant's in there, no repairs are done and the tenant moves out, and say you bought the property for $25,000, you're going to be sinking $25,000 back into the property. So it really doesn't work if you let your property get destroyed, all right? Now, another reason that people call you slumlords is because you're buying in distressed areas and you're picking up properties for $25,000, $30,000. Let me show you the difference, or try and make sense to you on the difference of this, all right? I had a buddy. He got a $60,000 settlement, right? I told him, go out and buy 2 properties in Southwest Philadelphia. "Oh, no, I'm not going to buy up there. I'm not a slumlord. I don't want to be buying those pieces of crap." Well, let me tell you something. Those pieces of crap houses are gold mines. There's money to be made in them. And I'm going to show you the difference from what he did as to what I would have done with that $60,000. Anyway, he goes out into the county, out into the suburbs, and he finds a $200,000 house, all right? He plops his whole $60,000 down on the property. It's ready to go. So now he has a $140,000 mortgage. His taxes are higher. His insurance is higher. And he has a $1,200 mortgage, all right, on the property. He rents the property out for $1,500. So he's taking in a whopping $300 a month. That's what he's making off of that property, all right? Now me, I would have took that $60,000 and went out and bought 2 properties in Southwest. They would have been free and clear of mortgage. So I would have had 2 properties, both of them bringing in $1,100 a month. Times that by 2, I'm bringing in $2,200 a month. He's bringing in $300. I'd have made the money back, the $60,000 back in no time. Where it'll take him 20 years at $300 a clip, and making $300 a month. It'll take him 20 years to recoup that $60,000. So these smaller houses, people can say what they want. You could say you're a slumlord. They could say anything they want to talk about and knock you down. But never be embarrassed if you're making money. I'm making more money than him off a little piece of crap house in Southwest Philadelphia than he's making off his $200,000 house out in the suburbs. Listen, I'd shovel shit if the price was right, okay? So never be embarrassed if somebody calling you a landlord. Get involved. These houses, I'm telling you, they're gold mines. And I'm not just saying that. I wouldn't have been in this business for 25 years, but you have to know what you're doing, and that's why I'm selling the books. I got 25 years worth of experience. That's something you usually can't buy. You usually can't buy experience, but if you pick my books up, you will be able to buy experience. Anyway, I'm still kicking around a couple ideas of what I'm going to talk about next week. Tune in. Maybe it'll be a surprise to you, but it'll be a surprise to me also because I really haven't gone over what I want to talk about. I got 3 different subjects. I'm still kicking them around. So make sure you get to my website, www.section8bible.com. Check out all my products and tune in next week and we'll go over something that'll save you time and or money. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed my video. If you found it helpful, make sure you subscribe and share. Also, you can get over to my website, www.section8bible.com, and you can check out all my products there. Thanks for watching.